So let's talk about BDSP. Now, BDSP is the best-selling Pokemon remake game yet. So there's a lot of, when this game first came out, it definitely had problems. Those problems are fixed. But a lot of people are upset that it was too faithful of a remake. However, it doesn't matter. It's so bonkers.
Yeah.
14.65 million. Insane. Like, what are your initial thoughts on that?
Well, I was seeing on Twitter this past week, they were talking about remakes, and
Mm-hmm.
people were actually saying that they don't want remakes anymore, because
Oh,
especially those type. Well, some people, right? Because the game sold well, so I guess we have a lot of people that want remakes, and I enjoy it
right.
because I had the Game Boy Color, and then I didn't have the 3DS for a long time. So, and then I had the
Right.
Switch, and I got the Switch almost at the same time I got the 3DS. So I actually never played the 3DS games that much. For example, that one I never played it. So for me to have a faithful remake, that's good because I can check what people enjoy about the game. I think they can bring quality of life, but really happy with it. Like I'm happy that I can see what people like it, how they fear Cynthia and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's I enjoy it. I didn't enjoy as much as Sword and Shield, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like the pacing of the game and the amount of battles we had. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you're always like battling and battling and battling, and it doesn't have like that many Pokemons for you to look at. But it's something because it's an old game, so
Yeah.
it's expected. I don't know if you enjoy it.
Yeah. No. So Sword Shield. I don't. Okay. As far as like just a casual playthrough of the game, I think Sword Shield is the worst. But I think Sword Shield has a lot of extra better things. Like the DLC is great. Like the shiny hunting's great. The den adventures, the events, the competitive. But yeah, I just hate the story. And then while I feel like it's the opposite with BDSP, like I could care less about any of the
Yeah,
post game or extra stuff, but I love the base game, especially like even though they had to stick to faithful remake, Ilka, the developers, went ham on like giving everyone EV spreads, IVs. I've wiped to Cynthia in the Elite Four. I've talked to people that have played every single Pokemon game multiple times, and it's pretty unanimous that in a vanilla Pokemon game, this is the hardest Elite Four ever. So I
yeah,
really enjoy that.
yeah.
But yeah, like I might, if I had to change one thing, it'd be I wish they went off Platinum instead. I haven't played Platinum,
It's
but it just
true.
sounds like it was a better version. Although I don't think it would have sold as much because there's dweebs out there like me who got both, and that helps sales. Uh, but yeah, what you were kind of saying with Twitter, like I think, and this is the big problem with social media is like we just get so in our more dedicated fan bubble that like we just Sword and Shield was supposed to if you went off Twitter, Sword and Shield was supposed to tank, but no, like
It's
there's
true.
so many. You got to talk to your neighbor that doesn't watch Pokemon like videos all the time. Like one of my buddies like loves Sword Shield, but he's so casual. Like I don't even think he can name all the Pokemon typings. Like you gotta consider those people.
It's true.
So yeah.
And he's also. I was talking to a friend the other day because he hated Legend Arceus,
Oh
and
really?
he was the first person that I see that like hated. It was so funny because he was even afraid to say to me, like, "Man, I hate it." And we were talking about like why he hated, and he was like expecting like another game, let's say. And I think there's a lot of discussion around Pokemon because some people like move on from Pokemon, and that happened to me. I know that happened to you too,
Yeah.
where we just move on and they came back, and a lot of things that I move on weren't true. I just wanted to play other games, and I wanted Pokemon to follow what I wanted, and
Gotcha.
that's not. And I think like the Pokemon do a really good job for what the Pokemon players wanted, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why it sells so well, even though it's like just a remake, and it's still because it still feel like Pokemon. And I like to give the example of Final Fantasy, for example. I grew up playing Final Fantasy, and it was my favorite game, turn-based game.
Wait,
And
which Final
now
Fantasy?
I played 9 a lot,
Okay, okay.
and I played 10 a little
I'm a
too.
hater of 7. That's why I had to
Ah,
ask.
okay.
But
No, I played 9 like all the time. It was a difficult time because I didn't understand English that much, like almost
uh-huh.
nothing. So it was hard to play those games, but I enjoy it anyway. And and then like now they don't do turn based anymore, right? Because they
All
try
right.
to cater like to another audience. So I feel like we just lost the best turn based franchise ever because they're
Right.
trying to replicate what other games do. So, and I'm always afraid that Pokemon can try to do that. I think they need to do different stuff like they do with Arceus, and I think they're gonna do with the next one.
Right.
But I don't want like people say, I want Pokemon, but I want to play Witcher 3. I'm like, no, so go play Witcher 3. Like,
Right.
don't go play Pokemon because I like Pokemon for what it is.
Yeah, it's a formula that works, and I honestly don't get why people want it to change so much either. Like that's why my favorite part about Pokemon is turn-based monsters that I love.
Yeah,
There's other games I like the battle system more. There's other games where I like the monsters more, but there's no other game where I have both at the same time at such a
it's
high
true.
level. So
Yeah.
yeah, the thing I just can't get past that they already beat Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I just feel like
yeah,
there's the Gen 1ers out there. I
yeah,
got it just because I was a Gen 1er, and I know a lot of people that got it just because they're Gen 1ers. You got freaking Pikachu and Eevee on the box. It's got freaking Go on the box. Pokemon Go is absolutely huge.
it's true.
And in just a matter of 4.5 months, it got beat.
Yeah, maybe it's because like it was in the beginning of the Switch. Maybe it didn't have like that many people
That's
with
true. Yeah,
Switch.
not as big of an install base. That's very true.
Yeah, and then once like more people got the Switch, they already have like the Sword and Shield, so a lot of people got the Sword and Shield instead of trying Let's Go. And Let's Go got a lot of hate. I know I'm like the only fan out there who speaks good of Let's Go, but it's I think I like because it's a different like game a little kind of.
Right.
I know the mechanic can be weird, like the catching mechanics. I hated playing the game on the TV. That's for sure.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
then you need to grab the controller and start like doing the movement. And I'm a gamer.
Uh-huh.
I want to game like on my. I don't want to move. I would just want to sit and play the game. So I didn't enjoy that. But since I always play handheld, like I enjoy the game because then you don't need to do any of the movement.
Right. Well, there you go. Hey, well, if anyone listening wants to give us their comments on, BDSP, try to think outside your bubble, then yeah, let us know.